in the Jersey Shore right now. A lot of lightning and rain. I don't know how stable the internet connection is, but I'm going to do a quick little live. It's not going to be long anyway. So, you know what I love about these haters? They make me laugh, these haters. They hate so much, these people, right? That they try to actually argue with you with issues that are already like everybody knows the answer to. Everybody. Congress just passed the Children's Safety Act. Okay? Children have to be safe online. That's the bottom line. These haters are trying to make it like this is a parenting issue. They're trying to make it like, oh, because you got your kids on the internet. Oh my God, you're a bad parent. Listen to me. You know how many kids are on the internet? You know how many children are on the internet? It's a stupid, stupid point they're trying to make. Literally, I think every child, I think in America, if not the world, is on the internet. But they're trying to make it seem like because you put your kids on the internet, that you reap, what you sow. In other words, that's it. So now, you have to basically accept the fact that there's going to be psychos out there who are going to take your kids and whatever, Photoshop and put disgusting, friggin' pornographic images. No, that's not the way it works, you psychopathic, deranged lunatic. Detective Pikachu, you're gonna make me a multi-billionaire. I appreciate it. Keep up the good work, brother. This guy, it's because of you. I have to give you full credit on this. I never realized how messed up X was. Listen to me. I never in a million years. I never in a million years. I always thought that X was very, very extremely, good with child safety online. And it's because of you, you deranged psychopathic maniac, you psycho lunatic, that you brought it to my attention how friggin' incompetent X is. It's because of you. It's because of Detective Pikachu. If you didn't do all of this psychopathic crazy shit, I would have never known this. I want you to know that. I want you to know that. I'm glad they're not suspending you. Listen to me. I hope the pitches stay up. Do you want to know the reason why? Because you're giving me a multi-million, if not billion-dollar lawsuit. Okay, a multi-million dollar, if not billion-dollar lawsuit. You're handing it to me on a silver platter because the fact that I've reported all of your posts, listen to me, and I explained what a degenerate you are, and I explained because you realize you're putting my family in harm's way. You know that, right? You understand that, right? Posting my address, saying, attention sex offenders and all this shit. Visit his family, burn his house down. I'll give you $100,000. So these are like terrorist acts. Listen to me. These are terrorist acts, and this is something that is directly putting children in harm's way. Now, let's put all of that aside because we know that you're just a loser. You're a life's loser. You have nothing going for yourself, right? It's not freedom of speech. It's not. Elon is wrong. Elon is wrong. This is not listening. There's a difference between freedom of speech and there's a difference between terrorist acts. You understand? There's a difference. You have to learn that. Okay, freedom of speech cannot involve terrorism. I thought that you can't do it with Google. You want to know why? I'm glad you actually said that. See, Google, for some reason, and YouTube, I'm going to actually talk a little bit about this. I once put a video out, I'll make you laugh, okay? With the movie, what was it, Hangover? It was Hangover 3, the dentist, right? So in this one particular, screen, play that it was the third one, right, Jen? It was the third one, I think.
Yeah, I think so.
The dentist, unfortunately, well, in one of them, he had the Mike Tyson tattoo on his face. Well, in this particular one, he had women's breast. Okay, so I thought it was funny, and I think I was comparing it to Lou. I was making a joke or something, right? So I put the video on YouTube. Right now, this was just part of the movie. This wasn't something that I created. This was part. This was a scene. This was a scene in the movie. Well, YouTube immediately took the video down. It said it was, sexually explicit, and they gave me a strike. They gave me a strike. They said, this is strike number one, Apefather. You get two more strikes, your YouTube channel is down, right? Meaning three strikes. So I appealed the case. I appealed it, and I said, here's what the problem is. This is a scene from a movie. It was like Hangover 3. I said, I got this from someone else's YouTube channel. In other words, maybe it was the movie company itself because it was already live on YouTube. It was so this particular scene was already live on YouTube. So my argument to YouTube is that if you're going to give me a strike, well then you have to give whatever it was, the movie company, you have to give them a strike too. Like literally 5 minutes later, I get a response from YouTube, your strike has been removed. You know why? Because they realized that they would have had to give the movie company a strike because this was part, it was a scene in the movie. Okay. But YouTube, I'm just trying to make you understand that YouTube is no nonsense. You would never be able to do this on YouTube. What's up there, Agent 34? Elon Musk finance Detective Pikachu. That's funny. Listen, you would never be able, the stuff that you're doing on X, try to do it on YouTube. Do me if can you do me try to do it? Open up a YouTube account, right? Open up a YouTube account and try to do it on YouTube. It will never happen because YouTube is very, very, technology, first of all, is amazing. They pick up this stuff in a second, in a heartbeat. Their technology is amazing and it's a priority. It's a priority to YouTube to protect children. Matter of fact, whenever you make a video on YouTube and it has children in the videos, do you notice how YouTube doesn't allow you to comment? You can't even comment. If a child is present in a video on YouTube, you can't even comment. Okay? So friggin' X is like friggin' horrible. I mean, look, all these people like this psychopathic lunatic Cindy Lou Who, what was her name? Cindy Lou Who. She's telling me, oh, X is an adult website. That's not true. There are, okay, maybe the majority of the audience is adults, but even so, there are children. And even if there aren't children, let's even say that it's just an adult. You can't post pictures like this psychopathic Detective Pikachu is doing. Look, just the fact that X is allowing it, to me, I'm smelling money. Because I'm gonna sue this motherfucker. I'll sue Musk. If this guy continues what he's doing, look, I've already consulted with a couple of lawyers, okay? And they all told me I have a major case. Every single lawyer I consulted, they told me I have a major, major case. This is stuff that cannot be allowed. You cannot be allowed on a major platform like X, okay, to post, freaking, oh, I know they're not posting it, but to have a psychopathic, X user like Detective Pikachu posted these pictures. And guess what? They're going to leave them up. I want you all to say, this is after I reported it. Okay, maybe we got to give Elon the benefit of the doubt in the beginning. You got to give him the benefit of the doubt. Maybe he didn't know about it. But still, don't you think that they should have the technology like YouTube does? That it just detects it? Like they should have the technology that detects this 1, 2, 3 in a second. So, but they don't. So, but this is the thing. I reported it. I reported all these posts. You're telling me after I reported it, I'm explaining to them several times. I'm like, this is a psychopathic lunatic posting our home address, photoshopping disgusting pictures of our children, threatening my family, saying you'll pay someone to burn down my house, saying sex offenders, right? Go visit my kids. Then all these disgusting pictures. I saw them with the black men and all. It's disgusting. It's freaking this. This is a 10-year-old girl. This is a minor. This is a minor. So the thing is now, after I report this, X should, you know what's funny? They actually got back to me, X, say that Detective Pikachu was in violation, broke all their rules. But yet, this mother effer still has an account. He's still posting more disgusting shit. And from what he's telling me, all of these posts are still live. So now I got to take the blame away from Detective Pikachu. You understand? Now I got to blame Elon Musk. He's the person now that I got to blame. I can't blame Detective Pikachu anymore because now it's Elon Musk. Look, I reported all this shit. I explained to Elon. Well, I know it's not, he's the owner, but I explained to his staff. This is a 10-year-old minor. I explained this is the face of my daughter, the face of my son. And they're not doing anything about it. So, because the regulator is here, take responsibility. Listen, again, the regulator, look, I got to tell you something, man. We've had a lot of disagreements in the past, but normally you make an argument that has some kind of logic to it. The argument that you're making right now is so like just completely illogical, and it is so stupid that it's honestly it's beneath you because I considered you always to be a very smart person, but you're talking like a dumbass. You're talking like a person that has a single digit IQ. If your argument made any sense, then explain this to me. Do you know how many children are on the internet right now that have, TikTok accounts, YouTube accounts, okay? Whatever it is, there's children all over the places. There are mothers that put their kids everything online. They put their kids school events, special events, birthdays, celebrations. They put it online. So according to your theory, listen to me, according to your theory, because this mother is doing that, you get a guy like Detective Pikachu now who could Photoshop this kid's face, make it a completely disgusting, inappropriate, sexually explicit, pornographic image of the person, right? But then explain to me why YouTube doesn't allow it. How come you can't do it? See, look, there has to be, in my opinion, a universal rule when it comes to child safety. There has to be a universal rule that all of these platforms will agree to. And I'm talking all the big ones: Facebook, X, YouTube. And I got to tell you, and I didn't, what's funny is I didn't even know it. See, Detective Pikachu might have done the biggest favor in the world for me because I didn't know how incompetent X was. Like, honestly, if this, let's say Detective Pikachu never did this. Let's say Detective Pikachu never did this. As far as I would be concerned, I would think that X, because we're talking about the world's richest man, we're talking about a genius, Elon Musk. I would assume, I would naturally assume that X would have all the technology in place that would detect things such as disgusting pornographic images of minors that would detect if a minor was at harm, meaning that a home address is being posted with terrorist threats. I would assume, I would assume that X would just have the staff and the technology to detect this and immediately take these posts down and immediately possibly take away the account of Detective Pikachu. But because he did all of this, he taught me something. He taught me how incompetent X is, how horrible their technology is, how horrible their platform is in terms of child safety, and I plan to do something about it. So that's the end of it. You might have done me a favor in a sick way, Detective Pikachu. I know you're out to get me. See, Detective Pikachu's whole mission is he wants to get me off of YouTube. It's never going to happen. He's wasting his time. He's completely wasting his time. All you got to do is go to his profile on X. Hey, Detective Pikachu, share it. Share your X profile, your screen name. Share it to everybody, and then you got to go to the replies. Detective Pikachu, give everybody your X profile. This way, everybody can see your disgusting friggin' work. Your disgusting friggin' horrible work. I do not support Kamala Harris. Thank you, Vinnie Mac. No, look, you have to understand something, okay? Obviously, as a father, when I see these disgusting pictures, okay? See, so he's doing it again, but he just posted something, but he's not providing, for some reason, he's not providing his account. Are you afraid, Detective Pikachu? Provide your account. I guess he's afraid. I guess he's afraid to do it. Hold on here. I don't share any responsibility. The regulator, listen to me. This is not something that you have to be like a genius to understand. You don't have to be Albert Einstein. You don't have to be Sigmund Freud. This is common logical sense. There are people all over the world that put their children on the internet. It's not just me, okay? Everywhere I look, celebrities, regular people put their children all over the internet. That doesn't give a psychopathic, deranged lunatic like the Detective Pikachu the right to take the face of a minor. okay, and then to, Photoshop it to the point where it is a sexually pornographic, explicit picture. So you're gonna say that every single child that's on the internet, it's open season on them? Is that what you're gonna say to a regulator? So what are you saying to me? There's a mother on Facebook. Listen to me. There's a mother on Facebook who puts her son, he's in a championship soccer game, right? And she's proud of him. He kicks the winning friggin' score. He wins the game. The team celebrates, they carry him up in the air. She puts that moment on Facebook. So according to your theory now, according to the regulator's theory, that child is open season to every sex offender, every pervert, every psychopathic Norman Bates lunatic to like basically post his face, Photoshop it with all kinds of disgusting sexually explicit material. Is that what you're saying to me? Detective Pikachu, once again, no, I like the lights off. It relaxes me. Hey, Jeff, put the light on for a second, just to show this guy that we have light. And then after you turn it on, turn it off. Well, you can turn it on for a second. I'm going to be ending it. Okay, anyway, turn it on. Ooh, yaka. Okay. Um, Detective Pikachu, you are not destroying me. You're, in a way, I believe that you're helping me. In a way, I believe you're helping me. Because, like I said, and I don't want to keep repeating this, I didn't know this. It's because of you. You sick, twisted Norman Bates lunatic. It's because of you. If you never did this, I would have never known how incompetent X was in terms of child safety. Like I would have just assumed, like let's assume you never did this. I would have assumed that X, be Elon Musk, richest man in the world, genius. I would have assumed that he would have had the technology in place to immediately detect anything that was inappropriate for minors, especially threatening or terrorist message. Like that would be immediately taken off X. That would be immediately, that person might even be reported to the authorities like you. But this technology that Elon has sucks right out through his balls. Like I said, I know there's probably no chance I'll ever have the opportunity to interview Elon Musk. I understand that, and I'm not trying to argue that. But if I did, oh, forget about it. You want to talk about destroying someone? He wouldn't have any response to anything I would say. He would be in complete shock. He would have to get up and completely leave the interview. That's how powerful I would be. That's how powerful I would be because I'll tell him all the shit that I'm witnessing right now, how I reported these disgusting posts with minors. I would tell him how I was very thorough in explaining that there was terrorist acts, meaning like, oh, I'll pay someone $100,000 to kill everybody, burn down your house. I explained all of this. And he keeps these posts up after I reported them. And then he does something even worse, Elon, like on X. He does something even worse. He has this thing, right, where after you report it, I guess there's some form of technology where they detect that this is sexually explicit material, right? They give someone a choice. This is what they say. This is what it says on the message. X has determined that this particular post, contains sexually explicit material. In other words, would you still like to view it? So in other words, it's giving you a choice where you can say yes, but it's a friggin' minor. It's a minor. Look, it's not an adult. See, when Detective Pikachu posts like things like me, I don't give a fuck. Even my wife, who gives a shit? We're adults. We're adults. But children, they're minors. Detective Pikachu, do you understand what's going on right now in the world in terms of bullying with children? I don't know if you know this. Okay, because I know that you're a sick, demented lunatic. Okay. There is a lot of times where children get humiliated and embarrassed online, and it could cause a kid to, in some cases, commit suicide. So the question is, who would be held responsible if that occurred? Obviously, you. And I even think X. I actually believe X. Because if X is not going to take action and take down these posts that are humiliating a minor, putting a minor in harm's way, then I do believe that they should be held liable. Well, listen, you're a sick guy. Detective Pikachu, do you think you're a normal person? My children love me. My wife loves me. My children love me. You know, I have a great family. I have a great life. I know you don't. Probably live in like a friggin' trailer park. It's fucking. I looked at one of your posts, Detective Pikachu, where you were talking to some guy, I think Mikey Money, and it showed. Listen to this, everybody. It showed that Detective Pikachu only had like I think $20 in his portfolio. Do you know the one I'm talking about? Okay, but do you know what I'm talking about? Where it said negative $3,000. Your portfolio was at negative $3,000. Okay, you own a Tesla. Guy probably leases it, and it's probably in your father or your mother's name. Own a Tesla. Detective Pikachu, according to your own post, but listen to me, according to your, well, whatever it is, you lost money. Detective Pikachu, all you ever do is lose money. That's it. Listen to me. You're down, what, 75,000 in the stock market. You're losing money on options. You're a loser. You're a loser. All you're good for in your life is losing money. That's all you do. Lose money. So that's the thing. You'll never be me, brother. It'll never happen. You'll never be me. I'm a millionaire. Okay, you'll never be me. You'll never have anything I have in life. Just you keep doing what you're doing and you keep losing money. You're doing a great job losing money. I'm not begging. Listen, when people give me super chats, again I repeat this to you, it is of their own free will. It is of their own free will. That's it. God bless you and Trump and President Trump. Yeah, let's talk a little bit about, let's change the subject. The media has been really, really pushing the narrative that Kamala Harris is going to be the next president. And a lot of people are believing it, not me. I don't believe it. Because, like I said, she knew all along that President Biden's cognitive abilities was declining at a very rapid rate. And I just don't believe that anybody's going to forgive her for that. Okay, because that's putting United States of America at risk. Okay, so I don't care what kind of friggin' shit that she does. I know she's on TikTok. I know she's trying to get all the stars behind her, Beyonce, Jay-Z. She did. Did you see that crazy commercial with NSYNC with that guy was Lance Bass? Where Lance Bass, I mean, look, we all know that he's a homosexual, and that's fine. There's nothing wrong with that. I think he takes it a little over the top, don't you think? I mean, he's like, Kamala, what are you gonna say to Donald Trump on November 5th? And she goes, bye, bye, bye. I said that's what her gynecologist probably says too, when she, pays a visit. Oh, bye, bye, bye. So anyway, Rodolfo, how you doing? How you doing? I will reveal myself. I already know who you are. You're Daniel Sam. You're Sam the Great. And I do believe you're a cigar king. I love you too, brother. You're Cigar King ASMR. Am I right? Admit the truth. Detective Pikachu. Am I right? Are you Sam the Great? I think he's Sam the Great. Let's see if he admits it, but he probably won't admit. He's too afraid. What's the difference? Sam the Great is still like something not traceable, right? You should at least admit that. You are. See, he says it, John, like he says, I am Sam the Great. I knew it. But here's the thing. I also think you're Daniel Sam. You know why? Because that's where you got the name Sam. You see, your last name is Sam. Your first name is Daniel. So the reason why you got the name Sam the Great is from your last name, Sam. You're Daniel Sam, correct? Didn't you used to like me at one point too? Because when you were Daniel Sam, you were like a really big supporter of me. You actually liked me. I don't know what happened, but you went from, I used to read all of your Sams, So you are Daniel Sam, correct? Okay. So you are Daniel Sam, Detective Pikachu. You're Daniel Sam, right? I just want an answer. Very simple answer. Yeah, he says yes, I am. Okay. So my last question to you is this: I noticed that Sam the Great changed the profile to Cigar King, ASMR. Is that you too? Did you change your profile from Sam the Great to Cigar King ASMR? So you're three people, in other words. You're Daniel Sam, you're Sam the Great, and you're Cigar King ASMR. What happened to your YouTube channel? He said that would be correct. Didn't you say at one point that you were going to get more views than me? Remember that? When you were Cigar King ASMR, you said you were going to outproduce me. What happened to that? He said I cracked the case. Detective Pikachu might be funding my casino. Okay, Detective Pikachu might be helping me get about 1 billion plus. So it's coming along pretty good. Detective Pikachu might be helping me fund with his psychotic, crazy acts. He might be helping me fund my project. Wouldn't that be funny? Back to the Future, Grease. See, people don't understand something about the Apefather. You try to do bad things to me, but it only benefits me. It only makes me stronger. It only makes me a stronger person. So that's the thing. Big Daddy. See, oh, by the way, Detective Pikachu, did you know that all the people that I temporarily blocked, I unblocked? I don't know if you noticed that. I don't know if any. Look, I get mad. I get mad sometimes, especially when it's about my kids, and I block people. But ultimately, I unblock them because what Detective Pikachu doesn't understand is I truly am a patriot. I truly am a patriot. I truly believe in freedom of speech. I believe in the First Amendment. But this is where I have to tell you I disagree. Look, there's a difference between legal freedom of speech and illegal freedom of speech. You have to, there's a, look, it's all freedom of speech. Obviously, you could say whatever you want, obviously, but still there are consequences. When your freedom of speech crosses the lines of terrorism or crosses the lines of, endangering a minor, you have to understand it's still freedom of speech, but there are legal consequences. Vinnie Mac, this is the thing. It is freedom of speech. No, let me correct you, brother, and I love you, and I'm not trying to get you mad. It is freedom of speech. Listen, we have the right as Americans to say anything we want. We can say anything we want. But, there are consequences sometimes. Like here, I'll give you an example. When Donald Trump said that E. Jean Carroll, remember he said, listen, she's not my type. If I had to give her a 1 to 10, what do you say? She was a 2 or something. Okay. That's freedom of speech. But because of the defamation of character, Donald Trump had to pay $100 million to E. Jean Carroll. Okay. For defamation of character. That was a second lawsuit in addition to the alleged sexually assault. So it's still freedom of speech. In other words, he has the right to say whatever he wants, but there are consequences. There are consequences in some cases to freedom of speech. So look, it's freedom of speech to embarrass a minor. It is. It's freedom of speech to do whatever you want to do. You want to put Photoshop disgusting images. You want to post someone's address. It's all part of freedom of speech. But there may be consequences because now it goes into a terrorist act. You have to understand when you're telling somebody that you want to pay them $100,000 and you're providing someone's home address. That's a threat. That is a threat. That is a terrorist act. Now, Detective Pikachu might be saying, but how come I'm not in jail? How come I'm not in trouble? It's a matter of time because right now we're just trying to locate, meaning me and law enforcement, because I have contacted law enforcement, who you are, and they're working on it, and they're building a case. Sometimes this stuff takes time. This is in the hands of the detectives now. This is in the hands of the detectives who are investigating all of this. But it's to me, it's a matter of time. You're going to get, in my opinion, in a lot of legal trouble. And I really don't understand like why you're doing it. I don't. To me, it's stupid. Like I don't get it. I don't know what's in it for you. There's really nothing in it for you. Like, okay, so let's talk about what's in it for Detective Pikachu, right? So let's say you're doing this, like you said, because your goal is to scare me off of YouTube. That's not going to happen. Do you hear me speaking to you? I am not going to get off of YouTube. So if that's your goal, that you're just doing this because you want me to end my YouTube career, you want me to shut down my YouTube channel, that's not going to happen. Obviously, you're not making any money off this, right? There's no financial gain. So I'm just not really understanding like what is the end goal? Like what are you trying what are you trying to accomplish by doing this? I mean, you're not making money. You're not getting me off YouTube. The only outcomes I see is you're going to go to jail. This is the outcomes. This is what ultimately will happen. You're going to get arrested and potentially might give me a multi-million dollar or a multi-billion dollar lawsuit against X because of you, I realized how incompetent they are in terms of child safety. So that's it. There is literally no benefit to you, no gain. No gain. Well, I'll tell you what. If I do get a multi-million dollar or a multi-billion dollar lawsuit, I will send you a fruit platter. Okay? That's it. He keeps talking about he wants to debate something with me. I'm not really sure. He seems to be very upset over Progidity. Progidity was one of my winning calls. Progidity went from $3.17 to over $6. Is it my fault that this Baba Luke holds? It's not my fault. Listen, AMC even, listen to me. AMC did go to a high of $72. A lot of people got into that thing and made a lot of money. A lot of people got in the early price range of AMC at like $5. They had a cost average of like $5 or whatever, a little higher. And AMC went to $72 a share. So see, you can't blame me. If you choose to hold, that's your prerogative, like Bobby Brown. I'm not a financial planner. That's it. I don't give financial advice. Progidity went from $3.70 to over $6. AMC went from $5 to 72. What's your problem? A poo-poo platter, right? I love you, Back to the Future. But anyway, you know, it's getting kind of late in this live stream. It's about 33 minutes. I'm going to end it right now so I could spend some time with my wife. But believe me, Detective Pikachu, you are wasting your time. There is nothing you're doing, nothing that will benefit you. It's not that I'm running away. I got a life. My wife, by the way, doesn't care if you call her a man. Okay?
Definitely not.
Listen, she gave birth to two beautiful children. I can guarantee you she is not a man. She is a beautiful
Or a
woman.
sea monster. I don't give a shit. I really don't.
Listen, again, but
I'm too
you're
mature
not,
for
okay,
you.
let's sum all of this up. Vladimir Pussy, you don't bother Jennifer when you call her a
No,
man.
not at all.
Okay,
Definitely not.
you're obviously not bothering me. Okay, you're not in any way, shape, or form hurting me in any way. You're not stopping my YouTube career. I don't understand why you're doing all of this. It's like you're just getting yourself in legal trouble that you might spend a long time in jail. And like I said, potentially could lead me into a very, very, financially rewarding lawsuit. So I really don't know what you're doing this for. I will say hi to Jen. Back to the Future says hello.
Hi, Back to the Future.
She says hello, Back to the Future. Have a great night. I'm out for now. Everything I said on this live stream is not financial advice. He gets a rise out of it. But at the end of the day, listen, at the end of the day, regulator, again, because you're a businessman, right? You understand dollars and cents, okay? He's not making any money doing this. He's not hurting us. I mean, it's not like we're, in any way, shape, or form suffering over this. I mean, there's literally no benefit. The only benefit is that I guess he gets some kind of a self satisfaction, like a moment of like glory that he's doing this, and he finds it funny. But in reality, it's not going to be funny when he's in handcuffs. That's not that's not going to be funny. Look, did you hear Vinnie Mac even said it? This is illegal. This is illegal activity. Anyway, God bless you, Vinnie Mac. God bless Back to the Future, the regulator. You're a nice guy, but sometimes you break my balls. Detective Pikachu, you will get yours legally. And Agent 34, have a great night, brother. I will be back. I speak English, but I am now leaving. So have a great night. Everything I said on this live stream is not financial advice. I am not a financial planner, but I am the greatest entertainer who's ever lived on planet Earth and the entire universe. I told you I'm going to do a lot more lives, and I will continue to do a lot more lives. Apefather signing out. God bless. Wow. Wow.